Hey everybody, this is TJR.
This is Superfan
Hanging out with our little friend here.
and his gingerbread.
Oh,
Mickey.
actually I don't think you can see. There we go. Yeah, he's got a little gingerbread Mickey.
Yeah, he's gonna eat it as a snack in the car.
Okay. Isn't he kind of eating the boss?
Kind of.
Yeah. Anyways, okay. So, but you didn't tune in for that. You tuned in for a Record Store Day haul. And last Friday was Record Store Day, Black Friday. This video's a little late, I know, and there's a reason for that. Before I explain though, first, thank you, Superfan, because you went to Record Store Day, Black Friday for both of us, since I couldn't go, I had to work. Part of the reason why this is coming later is because Record Store Day for both of us, there wasn't a whole lot that either of us were interested in.
Just a couple things, really.
Yeah, we each only wanted one album apiece. But there was a Black Friday sale on Amazon. Who could have imagined that happening? But there was a Black Friday sale on Amazon, and there was a lot of music on sale. So
and that's why we were late, because we had to wait for daggone Amazon.
Yeah, I figured let's get that stuff in too, and then we can just kind of show all of it and talk about all of it. And that way we have a little bit more to talk about than just two albums.
Yep.
So we will start with the Record Store Day sales. And so the first one here we have is the one that I wanted, and that is Jazz Sabbath, the 1968 tapes. And RSD Black Friday limited mono edition, translucent vinyl, bonus track, bonus CD. And
That's a nice little fluffy extra.
yeah, there's a CD copy. It is a nice extra. But of course, there is a CD release for this that you can buy. I don't know if it's mono. Honestly, I'm not sure this is really mono. It says mono. But I wondered if it's maybe just a stereo fold down or if they actually did a dedicated mono mix. Maybe they did. I'd be curious to know. But of course, Jazz Sabbath, how shall I describe it? Kind of a jazz tribute to Black Sabbath. But the fun thing about it is that it works on this fictional backstory that this was a jazz band back in the late 60s. And the leader, the group's pianist and leader, fell ill, suffered some tragedies. And I'll just read from the back here. It says here, the two albums Jazz Sabbath recorded in 1969 changed the musical landscape forever. Even though the albums were only just released in this decade, the songs did find their way to millions in the last 50 years through a vicious cycle of personal tragedy and plagiarism. The songs intended to change the jazz world ended up giving birth to a much darker sound. However, the songs on those two albums were not the first ones the band recorded. These are. And so,
Dun, dun, dun.
yeah, there's this whole like backstory about what went on with this album, and it's all fictional. It's all an in-joke. It's basically a jazz tribute to Black Sabbath by a really great musician who has played with both Black Sabbath and has played with Ozzy Osbourne's band. And that's Adam Wakeman under the pseudonym of Milton Keynes.
Yeah, he's performed with a lot of people.
Uh-huh.
Annie Lennox, Deep Purple, Uriah Heep.
That's a strong list of credits right there.
Yeah,
Right there, that's a
Victoria
strong list of
Beckham.
credits. Wow, okay. So yeah, but anyway, so this is, I guess, their third release now here. And I'll show you this real quick here. I've already opened this up, as you can tell. I've already listened to side one. It just tickled me to death. I loved it.
Tickled you, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And I think it's also makes a great album to kind of like a gateway drug to jazz for people
Yeah.
who would say I'm not a jazz fan, that they might really, if they're a Sabbath fan, a metal fan, they might get a real kick out of this and maybe
Or
listen to more jazz.
Music teachers who are trying to reach.
Students
young
who are not into
metal
jazz but into
fans.
metal, yeah, they could use this as a way of maybe getting them to experience jazz. Yeah, that
Kind
might
of
be.
Coke bottle-y.
Yeah, yeah, very Coke bottle looking. This, of course, just has a paper sleeve, but I will, of course, give it a proper sleeve. And
They
it
did
is.
give you the CD, so we won't complain.
Yeah, they gave me a CD here. Honestly, I really do. I'm always saying that, that LP releases should, at the very least, always come with a digital download card. They don't always, but they should. Even repressings of classic albums, modern pressings, should come with that. This one came with a CD, just in a little paper envelope, and it's not like it's a CDR. It's a fully replicated CD here. Jazz Sabbath does have a website here. They are playing shows, jazzsabbath.net. And but yeah, this is the CD version, fully professional CD. Of course, you can buy this as a CD release on Amazon. It's available. There we go. And I'm guessing they're in stereo, maybe. And this whole thing mono is maybe just to make this one a little, and the fact that it's translucent vinyl make it a little bit more unique to Record Store Day. And maybe it's a dedicated mono mix. Hopefully it is. Not that it mattered that much. I just think it's it just adds more to the whole
backstory.
Exactly, to just the whole fun thing.
You better not lose his snack.
Treat, his little dinner there that he's going to eat. But yeah, it just adds to it. But yeah, fun thing. Next we have a Superfans pick, which is How to Reassemble an Atomic Bomb. This is the Shadow album for How to Dismantle an Atomic Bomb that is available actually on if you get the deluxe set. They've recently, re-released this as a 40th anniversary, I think it is, or 20th anniversary? 20th, not 40th. 20th anniversary, yeah, that's right. Yeah, it hasn't been that long. But we're not that old yet. But no, this...
You're looking for a smacking.
You're looking for something too. But I'll tell you afterwards. But anyways, though, this is available as part of the deluxe, the big super deluxe editions that they've released of this. It might be available in the 2 CD deluxe edition if they've done one. Haven't paid close attention. But this is the only standalone release for it on vinyl, as far as a standalone release. You can get this on vinyl if you buy the vinyl, the big deluxe set. But anyways, I'll read from the hype sticker here. The Shadow album, U2, How to Reassemble an Atomic Bomb, includes brand new songs discovered in the archives of the recording sessions of How to Dismantle an Atomic Bomb. And so we're going to go ahead here. You went ahead and did me the service of getting this started here. There we go. And we will unwrap this here. It says made in Germany. Let's try to rip this open a little bit here. There we go. Save the hype sticker. Save the hype sticker. And there we go. There's the back cover. And we will open it up here. We've got a gatefold. And
See?
Oh, yeah, that's right. You haven't seen it yet. Let me show you that. Here, I'll let you see your gatefold.
It's the supposedly hairy-headed edge on the inside and the bald-headed edge on the outside.
I was surprised that, they actually photographed him without his hat on. He always wears the beanie
or something.
to cover up the fact that he doesn't have hair and that he's bald. He's bald, doggone it. But yeah, so let's go ahead and we'll open this up here. And here is the inner sleeve with lyrics. It is on colored vinyl. And I think, this is tight. We could use the record butler. Oh, yeah, it's very tight.
Just show them the color of the vinyl.
Well, there we go. I kind of wanted to pull it out, but yeah, it's really tight.
It's kind of matching your shirt.
It is, yeah. Very tight. Yeah, Stax Records shirt here. We got this when we went to Memphis. We visited the Stax Records Museum. And yeah, so it's on this red vinyl here. Very nice. But man, this is tight. Whew.
I know.
That's going to take some work to get it out. And then, of course, we've got a poster here, which is similar to the cover. It's a kind of a big poster, but we'll do our best here to open it up and show you. Let me be very careful about this here. There's the poster.
You better be careful.
There we go. Oh, yes, I know. Heaven forbid I do anything to your boys.
That's right.
That's right. Anyways, though, it's their world. We just live in it. That's Superfan's motto. It's U2's world. We just live in it. Yeah, this is an album comprised of undiscovered tracks that were never released and some alternate versions of tracks that were. And so there we go. And that was really all either of us were interested in for Record Store Day. But I always say, if there's at least one album that I'm excited about, it's a good Record Store Day. If there's at least one thing. So next are the Amazon Black Friday releases that I picked up. The first of these is on CD. This is Black Sabbath, speaking of Sabbath, Heaven and Hell. This is a 2 CD deluxe edition. This has been out for a while, but it was marked down. It was marked way down. So I thought, okay, I'm getting this. This is a very, this is an album that when it came out received a lot of acclaim. It was way better than I think anybody was expecting it to be. It was certainly better than the last release with the original band. It was a very strong album, but it's kind of, it doesn't get talked about much anymore. I'm kind of surprised at how little it gets brought up anymore now. It was such a strong release at its time, and I think it's still a very strong release. And this one here says, the classic 1980 album remastered includes bonus CD of rarities and live versions. Here we go. And we'll open this up here. And then we've got, this is obviously a reproduction here of a Japanese edition here with like a reproduction of the Obi. And we'll open it up here. It opens up like this. And so we've got both CDs here. And let's see what else here. We've got a little booklet inside. And we'll open this up here. Liner notes, memorabilia. This will be fun to read, I'm sure. And I'm going to look forward to getting reacquainted with this album again. Again, very strong album that, for whatever reason, I don't think it really gets talked about very much anymore. Maybe I'll do a video and talk about it here. But there we go, Black Sabbath, Heaven and Hell. Then we've got 2 LP releases here. This one I stumbled across, and it was so inexpensive I had to pick it up. Garbage, Bleed Like Me. I have this album on CD. I think it's a great album. I'll read from the hype sticker here. The classic 2005 album, first time on vinyl, deluxe edition black vinyl, featuring the singles Bleed Like Me and Why Do You Love Me, plus various B-sides and rarities. So this is a 2 LP set. And we're going to go ahead here, let's get the shrink wrap off. There we go. Okay. And remove that. Okay, just like Christmas. There we go. There's the back. And let's open it up here. And here is the inner gatefold. There we go. Let's take a look at each one of these here. Inner sleeve. There we go. And yeah, it is on black vinyl. So one album is, of course, the album. And the other album is, as they said, B-sides and rarities. And there we go. But yeah, it was just really inexpensive. I was kind of knocked over by how much they'd knocked off the price. And so I said, okay, I really want to get this. I've always really liked this album a lot. It's a really good album. There we go. And lastly here, we have Led Zeppelin 3. Again, this was marked down. The Led Zeppelin 3 remasters, remastered by Jimmy Page, and it says right here, remastered by Jimmy Page, replica of original sleeve. These remasters are kind of hit and miss. I liked Physical Graffiti. I got Houses of the Holy and thought it sounded really murky. And right from the first minute, I was like, oh, this doesn't sound very good. I kind of put the brakes after that on getting any more of the remasters on vinyl after that experience. I said, I'm not, risking any more cash. I listened to a reviewer who had listened to all of them, and he agreed with what I said about House of the Holy, and that Physical Graffiti did sound good. And I think this is the only other one that he thought sounded good, which was 3. So I said, okay, since he kind of felt the same way I did regarding House of the Holy and Physical Graffiti, I'll give this one a chance. So here's Led Zeppelin 3. And fully replicated. Because otherwise, I was just looking for vintage copies. And hadn't gotten a vintage copy of this one. Of course, the pinwheel and everything, works. Brand new. And here's the album with the old school Atlantic Records label. polyvinyl sleeve. And I'll give this one a try. And I
Just
hope he's right. I
vinyl,
hope it does
right?
sound. I'm sorry, what?
Straight up black vinyl?
Oh yeah. Just straight. Yeah, these were all done just straight up black vinyl when they came out a number of years ago. But yeah, I put the brakes after Houses of the Holy. I just said, okay, I'm not risking any more that they're gonna not sound good. But he recommended this one, and he recommended Physical Graffiti as two that sounded good. I think these were the only two he recommended. He might have recommended Presence. I'll have to go back and watch his video again. But I think these were the only two he really recommended. And so I'm going to give this one a try, and hopefully it does sound good. TJR from the future interrupting TJR from the past. I just got finished listening to side one. It sounded really, really good. And while I'm here, I thought I would add that I didn't care for the CD versions of the 2014 remasters either. Audio-wise, I felt they added very little value, and same held true for the bonus tracks. Coda was the only one that I actually bought and kept, just in case you were curious. Back to TJR in the present. But there we go. That is a Black Friday music haul. Two from Record Store Day and the rest from Amazon. And tell us what you picked up at Record Store Day or any other Black Friday music sale. What you picked up. Curious to know.
No, Grogu, you cannot eat your Mickey.
Oh, he has to. This is his lunch. There
He
we go.
can have a quarter of it.
Okay. Oh, you just don't want him to get sick.
We're gonna chop him up.
Okay. All right. You can be.
Well, he's little.
Okay.
He doesn't need the whole thing at one time.
All right. Anyways, everybody, thank you so much for watching. If you like these videos, be sure to hit like, hit subscribe, and hit the bell notification icon. And thank you, patron supporters. Patron supporters do receive exclusive weekly videos not available on this channel.
You are fierce and mighty.
Yes. And as always, if you can't be a patron supporter or you can't leave a super thanks, just click like, and that helps a lot. And we'll see you all in the next video. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.